The 4.8 million budget is entirely false.
There's a lot of millions here, man. There's a lot of millions.
So by this
There
week,
are the millions again.
6 million.
But now what's funny is that the
From just this
the
week.
EFF did not mention 4.8. They mentioned 1.8. They are little
The
Cyril Ramaphosa's.
funny thing is that
They are
on
little
the-
what?
Little cupcakes, man.
They're little
Oh,
Ramaphosa.
Okay, I don't
Politics
know.
aside, guys, theft is not a good thing, and even our producer is a victim. Okay, so it's not.
producer?
Yes, they stole her meat in the fridge. It's not good.
producer.
It is really not good.
It's time for the real talk, Nabo Roomza. For the real talk, Nabo Roomza.
Hey, Roomza, what time is it?
Yo, this is hot. Yo, this coffee is hot.
Oh, you're getting
Yo, it's
cold,
time for the
people.
real talk, Nabo Roomza. Welcome to bonke Roomza, Nabo Roomza Gazi. To the #1 student podcast in SA. You know. If you knew, you're tuning in for the first time. Yes, of course. To you too. Welcome to you, and you.
Maybe you as well. You as well.
To the real talk, Nabo Roomza. You know, Zitini, this guy who's speaking, carrying these legs, and carrying this chair, and carrying these eyes, and also wearing the spectacles.
Oh my word.
The one and only MR Mongo, Unyatu Tambo Kulupukitago, Madlanga Kakes, Makezangel Bis. And before I move further, guys, I have a surprise for you.
Again.
Yeah.
Yes, I love surprises.
You love surprises?
Every time.
You know what I'm thinking? I think he's gonna tell us that he was being chased by that.
Yeah. Yeah, we had got stuck on one of those like electricity
Okay,
poles.
let me leave the good news for now, ne? But let me start on my close left. Introducing the one and only Roomza Light. The one and only, aka African Drake.
I'm back.
I'm talking about the only man who sings Maskandi but plants his head. Yeah, the one and only Dominic
Yes, I'm back.
Roomza. Private Roomza.
Yeah.
Roomza that went to
Light.
private school.
Rooms are light.
Rooms about 5 megabytes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, rooms are light.
Moving to my far left. The
know.
man who's no stranger to walking 10 kilometers to record a podcast.
As you know.
The ambassador of Pin Pop. The one and only. AKA Chris Brown. African Chris Brown.
Wow.
Robs are so famous, man.
Yeah.
He's even getting butterflies in his stomach. The one and only no.
Yeah, you say you've been so famous, you've been taking back the
Hey, Rumza is famous
Yeah,
now.
nowadays, man.
Guys.
No. Let me introduce myself now.
But I wanna add, Pele, you know our Resmada has a short temper while she's short.
Yeah.
So we have to introduce her, Jem. So as Urumza Ashilo, now we're introducing the one and only woman whose voice is more famous than her face. I'm talking about the woman who's the female voice of the real talk. Nabo Roomza, Umpati. Uresmada, the one and only Maya.
My goat.
Hello.
Welcome, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to Chris's house. Still the same decoration.
But now we're in Chris's house.
But now it's Chris's house. This is Chris's house, guys. I don't know how we
let us
managed to
in.
paint it yellow. But yeah.
I wonder who.
Let's move on with it. So, guys, I told you I have good news, ne?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, ne? Okay, we're recording today, but today is not today because we are going to air it on Monday. But, it's Monday, 5 o'clock, guys. That's the time.
As usual.
So, today, not Monday. Okay, let me just say, we have 500 subscribers, guys. Poo. Chris, I said I need poo. Where's the poo, Gant?
Just leave the poo alone.
Because
man.
we already have the toot. No?
Yeah,
So messing with the poo.
continue with what we're gonna talk.
And I just want to take this time
Yeah.
to thank all our viewers out there. Thank you so much, guys, for actually supporting us. Thank you so much for pushing us towards this goal that we're trying to attain, which is getting 1K subscribers. We are really close, guys. We are really close. We just left with 2 months. I'm joking. It's 1 week. So let's make it. Let's make the most out of it, guys. Let's make the most out of it and push. These are the last steps, guys. Let's make sure we get there, because this is for the students, by the students. Don't forget that, guys.
Yeah.
So tell me, guys, as far as
Nah, firstly, I would like
on your
to
mind?
I would like to welcome back our African Drake. You
from
know,
Mozambique.
yeah, from Mozambique. I hope, man, you enjoy.
How was Mozambique, madam?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I had to do a quick world tour.
World tour?
Yeah, but for a day.
In
Came back,
Mozambique?
took a break, and now I'm back. Yeah.
You did a world tour in Mozambique.
I did a world tour, then I had a break in Mozambique.
We
So
should
you were
add
just
the
gone for 3
flash.
days. How did
We
you
should
do a
add the
world tour?
flash to your name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't worry, I have my ways, bro. I take shortcuts. Short left.
Which
You do short lefts.
Yeah.
the only
rights.
the only transportation that can do that now, it's our grandmothers. So which one did you use in 3 days? The whole world.
Ah,
It was
man.
really skateboard.
Oh,
Yeah.
She borrowed you her car.
Yeah.
Oh.
they got skateboards.
They said I-
The most
Oh,
famous
the ghost.
skateboards in SA.
She said I
Ghost
must just put in
skateboard.
petrol, then I'm fine.
That is why it's a
So I
ghost
brought it
But
skateboard.
I
back,
thought
yeah.
Chris is the petrol. You can't
Nah, he didn't cover me, so
Serious?
I had to cover it myself, but it's fine. But now I'm back. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, man, we're
Happy
happy
to
to
be
have
back.
you back. We're happy to
Yeah.
have you back. I hope you have good news for
Yeah,
us.
hey.
Yeah.
And last week
Yeah,
it
hey.
was going down.
Yeah.
Last week. Choo, choo,
No,
choo.
I was watching. Last
Oh,
week was
you
a
did
fire
watch.
episode.
You did watch.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was
Ah, man, hey, it was
It was a
nice.
fire
really
episode.
dope.
That was
there was a lot of insights. This was
Yeah,
very insightful and
yeah.
and I actually got to learn a lot about people that are not SRC but they are SRC. I was shocked.
Yeah,
I'm not SRC.
Yeah.
I was really shocked. I'm like, how? And then what do you mean now? So if I wanna be the dean also, I can just sign.
You can just sign and be the
Be
dean.
what?
Yeah, if you see the dean is not doing their work, you just do it.
You just do it for
You just
them,
do it
yeah.
for them.
Hey,
Yeah,
guys,
that's what
yo,
happened.
yo.
Yeah, there was a lot that came to light that I was
Yeah.
Look, people are serious, guys. People are serious. So tell me, guys, fucking Gonde Kamen, Roomza, what's happening?
Yeah, bro, there's a lot happening. EFF SRC. Is it SRC or yeah, but something like the EFF political party that is a student thing. It's claiming that Pasma has like a budget of 4 point something million.
But I want to know which EFFSC. Is it the one in CPUT? Or?
Yeah, the one in CPU District 6 campus, yeah. Yeah, they're claiming that Pasma is I think Grace Mother has the news. Yeah,
She always has the
yeah,
news.
she must read
What's
us the
happening,
thing, you know.
What's going on?
Okay, so yay, a lot is happening, guys.
What did I tell you? A lot is happening. We're missing out. There's
So-
things that we don't know about.
Apparently, there is money that is being allocated to CPUT in terms of food parcels, right? So it seems as though the Pasma political whoever's pretended as if this whole donation of food parcels is something that they came up with, and they were it's something that they were campaigning for last year and made it as if it was their own thing, but it's actually a CPUT thing. And now that they campaigned and claimed everything, they never produced. And it's almost, I think they left with like 2 months left in the term or 3, and nothing has been produced ever since. No parcels came out, nothing.
Yeah, I mean, like this year, man, like it's different because if I remember last year when EFF was still the leading party, yeah, every time, in fact, during exam time, they would provide parcels, food parcels.
So have
yeah,
you
when
ever-
you're going to write,
Have you
just
ever received the food parcels?
well, yeah, my friend and I did.
No. Have you ever received the food parcels? You?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, leave your friend. Now your friend.
I wasn't alone, of course.
I don't know why you mentioned it.
So here's what happened. Before, like, I think they were close to the student center. Yeah, they were close to the student center. When you just get in from that side, you would see these guys here issuing out like food. Yeah, and by this time it never happened.
What did you get?
And it's
What was in
actually the
parcel?
first time
Yeah.
since 2018 that it has never happened.
you
I
hear
also
that?
remember that last year it happened, whereby
Yeah.
they even went an extra mile to coming to people's residence and saying, we are at the foyer, you
Oh,
can
they
come.
did that?
No, we're going to make sure to get a Pasma member to actually put more
Yeah,
clarity to
just-
this.
yeah, yeah.
Because we have to get the food. Where is the food?
Oh no, but interesting enough, another statement came out from Pasma, and they were saying that whatever EFFS is saying is just allegations. It's not true.
How?
That the 4.8 million budget is entirely false.
There's a lot of millions here, man. There's a lot of millions.
So by this
There
week,
are
it's
other
already
millions
5,
again.
6 million.
But now what's funny is
Bruh.
that the
For just this
the
week.
EFF did not mention 4.8. They mentioned 1.8.
Yeah, that's
And
what
Pasma
surprised me.
came saying 4.8.
So
So we don't know
There's a
who's
story,
who.
man.
We
There's a
don't
story.
know.
Once-
So there's 3 million somewhere stuck.
All I know is that
EFF
there's
said
money involved.
1.8,
Choo,
and
choo,
Pasma
choo,
comes
choo,
back
choo,
saying
choo.
4 point something.
Yeah,
know-
but now there's. Hey,
You know
there's
what I
spy on-
think? I think Pasma just exposed themselves.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. They did.
So
Because no one said anything about 4.8. They
There's
were still
3
talking
million
about
hiding
1.8.
Who said 1 point? Who said 4 point something million?
It's the Pasma that was the Pasmane was saying that EFF is lying, right? So they were retaliating basically, right? But then whoever was retaliating, I don't think read the EFF statement and ended up mentioning amounts that were never mentioned in the EFF
so
statement.
EFF was fishing for something, and it actually caught a big
Yes.
fish.
Yeah.
Yes, a
Because we
bigger
didn't-
fish.
Which is
actually.
4.8 million.
We didn't know about the 4 million. We just
Guys,
yeah.
we're going
So-
to make sure we're going to bring those millions again.
And when we get those millions, don't worry about it. I'll keep it. I'll keep it safe. I'll
Shem,
keep it
no.
safe, guys. I'll keep it
when,
safe.
No,
we're gonna
Shem.
travel the world with our 4 million.
Now he's traveling the world in 3 days. Now he wants the millions.
Drake.
I said I'll keep it safe. I'm not saying I'm going to use it.
Hey, the
Mina,
next
I
thing-
just
the
want
next
to
thing we are
know
gone.
exactly how much this money is because I mean last week we spoke about
1.3.
1.3 and then 1.8 and then 4. How much is this money?
Yeah, and
Guys,
How
What's the
much
exact
is
number?
this money?
What's the
What's
exact
the
number?
exact
Guys,
number?
there's a lot of money, monsieur.
now I want to know where is this money coming from and how is it gonna be
Mini-
spent?
This is what I want to say, ne? Let's leave it to the person we're going to invite, our next guest, to the show.
It feels like everyone that's like currently in politics, whether it be youth or whether it be parliament, there's no transparency.
At all.
There's no
There's no transparency. It's like,
there
look,
isn't.
Oh, we don't even know you have millions, but we just found out you lost millions, you lost billions.
Bruh.
Now what now? Now what now? What
They
you
are
gonna do now?
little
The
Cyril Ramaphosa's.
The funny thing is that
They are
on
little
the-
what?
Little cupcakes, man.
they are little
Oh,
Ramaphosa. Yeah.
Yeah.
the funny thing is that in the 29 people are voting.
Yeah. ne?
People are voting, and yeah,
If we can't trust the universities, then what
we
of
can't
the
trust
whole?
people that are educated, people that have knowledge.
Yo,
They're stealing from people that don't have anything.
What do you think? I heard Pasma, I mean, their duration is coming to an end in 3 months. What do you think for them? Like, are they going to make it to the first position again that they did? Like, and remember, I think EFF lost because of that 1.3 million. The statement they didn't issue after spending that 1.3 million.
Personally-
And now Pasma is doing this, you know, all the allegations that are being, it's accused of. Do you think they will stand a chance?
Personally, I feel like Pasma hasn't done a lot of work, especially in this institution.
I feel
haven't
that
seen a lot of Pasma
I haven't
in
as
this
well.
institution. I don't know in other institutions. but
Everywhere you
yeah.
go, it's.
I've-
I feel
I've
like
seen-
Pasma is more active in Belva campus.
Yeah.
That's why you see. Yeah, that's why you see a lot of
No.
Pasma. Yeah, representative.
Mina, my
So
question
Drake,
is
what do you
that-
think? What do you think politically about the?
I think to me, like just in general, what the thing is for me is that when it comes to politics, most of the time, I don't insert myself because I don't have that much knowledge. But of what I know, it's like, one, you have no transparency with the people of the country. You know, we don't find out how much money you're getting per year. You know, they show us the budget, but then at the end of the year, either there's more money gone, or somewhere something is gone. So to me, it's like it's so stupid. You know, everyone that's currently like in politics or parliament, and that's actually trying to make a change. You know, there's so little of them that they get overshadowed by the people that can actually make a difference, the people with power. So it's like they get then into power, wada, oh, millions gone, millions gone, 1.3 gone. Now it's 1.8, now it's 4.8.
Hey, the millions are growing.
But what do you
Yeah.
think? Because I feel like we, the generation that can change this situation, especially with the politics and how the world is going. Because I feel like, personally, the world is much better with the youth than with, you see. So we have the power, Roomza, we have the power to do this. First, by doing what? By voting on the 29th.
Definitely.
Because whether we like it or not, if you don't vote, your vote is going to be dropped to someone else's
the vote's going
pocket.
straight to the ANC because they're the leading party.
So let's make sure we record in numbers, guys, and vote for the right candidate, which is going to serve us for the next 5 years. That's going to determine the next 5 years.
And make yourself knowledgeable
Yeah.
on the different
Educate
parties
yourself
and-
about this. Maybe we can be
Yeah.
presidents and we're sitting here, we don't
Yeah.
know.
You know, in order to do that, man, they just need a cup of Nescafe.
Bazocabanga kahle.
Yeah. So
Like
they-
the real
they-
talk.
Nabo Roomza.
Nabo Roomza. You see, now we're thinking about becoming presidents.
Yeah, because we're drinking coffee, baba. And the next thing you're gonna be running for president.
Hey, we almost forgot this. This week, Iangena. Salary.
And I heard
1.6.
it's gonna be paid directly.
Directly again.
Directly.
We're
Seems like
fixing
we
the
got
country.
them like
No,
where we
Shamu,
wanted them.
no, they
Yeah.
heard us. They definitely heard us, Roomza.
Yeah, they did, man.
That's good, Vele.
Yeah.
It has to be like that.
We're
People
fixing the
It's
country.
strange.
People are going to be singing the national anthem. Inganile. Inganile. Alright, guys.
And we should change that to the real talk Nabo Roomza.
Make sure you spend it wisely, Pell. Make sure you don't clear your Shane card, ladies. Get grocery first. Don't forget Nescafe. Gent, I don't want to see you there at Long Street spending the salary. Guys, shy budget. Ucabange kahle, ufake ama savings.
Who's budgeting this time?
No, the
I mean,
students.
It's the end of the semester.
No,
so,
Pella,
You still need to budget.
yeah, you still have to
for
have
it,
emergency funds.
Ati for it.
we've been going through a lot the whole semester,
No,
man.
rooms
Manje,
are
it's time to
200 for
pupula,
emergency.
baba.
200 for emergency or something,
No,
rooms.
emergency izongithola khona long street.
No.
Emergency izongibamba long street, baba.
Okay, then at least a 50 rand.
That 50 rand is gonna be a change from.
That's why when I uhlupha kanje. That's why my
be a
eggs are
change
running
from-
out. That's why my eggs are running out. You were talking about the food parcels. Now you're telling me about you not budgeting.
That's probably you were so excited to talk about
I don't
the
mean
food parcels.
specifically me, but yeah, man,
You
you
weren't
know.
budgeting. That's why you were so excited about the food parcels because you weren't budgeting. That's why
I'm
you were
on
this
budget.
way.
I'm on
He's also
budget.
looking forward to not budgeting
This-
going
this-
forward.
I'm on budget.
This coffee is real nice today, guys.
Yeah,
I
hey,
think I
man.
need a refill.
You do, ne?
So, guys, you too get yourself a refill of your own coffee. The one and only Nescafe. The cup of what, Roomza?
The cup of respect.
So, Zofana Nani,
The real talk.
Nabo Roomza.
You
So,
know.
stay tuned. We will be back after the break. Sizokutshela ngokuthi kwenzekani ngebudget ne NHI ibill what National Health of Insurance.
Respect. I like it. I
Make
like
sure you don't miss out.
You know what this one tastes like?
Aye.
It's like respect.
Oh. Like the,
I was gonna say.
no, I wanted to make sure you're going to say the right.
Aye.
Hey.
Pela PG
Alright.
16. Welcome back, guys. We're still chilling with the one and only famous Roomza. Roomza now needs security guards to actually escort him when he's going to campus. We're just on 500 subscribers, but he's already being escorted. Roomza.
Now you're talking about.
Now you're
I thought you were
using the
talking
back-
about Drake.
You
No
didn't ask me
way.
where I get my bodyguards.
You're using the back
Did I
door
do
now
that?
with campus.
Yeah.
man.
Did I ask you, man?
Yeah, you
Shit.
said, everyone's bombarding.
What was your answer?
I said 5 an hour, I paid it.
Favorite now.
Well, cool.
I think I should get
Guys,
myself.
I
one of
actually
those.
wanted to speak about this very important concept that's actually happening right now or allegedly about to happen. I don't know. So
What is
there's
that?
this thing about this national health insurance whereby whereby all private hospitals people, everyone can access any private hospital and any public. So now there's no, we won't have that. Yabo, kuthi une medical. So nine bema medical, including myself. Kushile. Kushile, guys. But I feel like it's really going to tarnish this economy, man. Because there were a lot of injections into the economy from that sector, because people were compensating, man, to get that service. And we may possibly also lose qualified nurses and doctors.
Yeah.
And they may leave, because now what are we going to pay them with? You see what the government is doing still for votes, dog. Like,
Isn't the
it's
government
really-
gonna pay them?
But that's my own opinion, guys. I just want to hear from our own rest mother, Umpati.
Nah,
What do you have for
let's
us
hear
on
from Drake first. Drake, what do you
Drake.
think?
Same, to be honest, I think, I personally also think is that they just signed that off so that there's another gateway for them to potentially
Be
just
the leading party?
exactly. And then also, you're gonna ask again, if you look at our educational sector, you know, if you look at any other sector that's also largely funded by the government, and if you look at all the other like sectors of the government, right, that's heavily funded by the government, you'll see that the infrastructure and everything about that it's not up to standard of what you'd expect, you know. And then the same thing is gonna be even worse now. You're gonna pay more taxes just so it can go into the NHI, and then at the end of the day, the people are gonna ask again, where's the money?
Imagine.
Like the earlier,
Possibly also the tax, like the public tax. What are we paying, like the 14% at shops?
yeah,
So food may potentially, it's 15.
yeah.
Food may potentially be more expensive. I'm still in 2014. The way she said it's 15.
Literally. So it's the same thing. Like we said, like now earlier with the youth, like, oh, where's the millions? Where's the millions? People are gonna ask the same thing again. I feel like personally for me, that's just where it's gonna lead to, is that it's gonna increase. Everyone's gonna pay more taxes, gonna go to that, and then what? Infrastructure isn't as good. Where's the money? I mean, the doctors that are still gonna be here, they're gonna be like, well, we don't have the.
We're not compensated.
We are not compensated. We don't have also the material and
The
things that we
resources.
need and the resources to look
Yeah,
after our
yeah.
people.
Yeah,
So at the end of the day, I think it's actually just
And
quite
then
pointless.
one of you relatives or someone at home gets sick, they tell you, no, you have to transfer that person to Cuba or
Oh yeah.
Cubana.
And, you know, like the public sectors, they kind of very inconvenient.
A lot, not kind of, rooms are be straight.
are
They are very inconvenient.
Yeah.
They are very.
So now, if the private sectors are being given to the public, it's gonna be rough, man.
Because anything
be
that is
rough.
public, rooms are home affairs, you stand this
Yeah.
long queue.
Bruh.
Dog, I can complain the whole day, but yeah.
Yeah.
Can we hear from you, Resmada?
What I think is that our president is running away from improving the public health sector.
You're
Because
right.
I picked up something from the article where it says, according to the president, South Africa's private health sector has world-class expertise and is a major source of domestic and foreign investments, right? The reason people are willing to pay for that is because of the service they receive. And the reason why people do not want to be in the public sector is because of the service they receive. Again, what our president, I believe, is running from is teaching people proper etiquette in the public sector, right? Our nurses, they went to school. The ones in the public sector, they went to school and they know how to treat people, aside from like nurturing their health problems or whatever. They know how to be human to each other. But it has been so ignored because those people apparently do not pay. Whereas if you could just focus on the person and whatever reason they came to that thing forward to the clinic and whatnot, I think that's where you could try just to improve the public sector in that manner, you know. So I think that's what our president is trying to do, running away from improving the public sector, like just the smallest thing, like having a hygienic toilet in the hospital that is public. You don't find that. You do not find that at all. The sheets being changed, you have to complain about it before you get it.
I feel like they did that in order to lure people to vote for ANC again.
But you know what the EFF also did? They promised to have clinics open for 24 hours. I think that is something that's huge. People could be sick, right?
Yeah.
And let's say the hospital is a few kilometers away from you and the clinic is nearest, and you fall sick at 5, the clinic closed at 4. You understand? So I think the EFF has maybe a clearer point of view, something that Cyril Ramaphosa seems to be ignoring, but trying to unite the two sectors, which is not gonna work.
Yeah, it's really
I don't
not
I don't
gonna
think
work.
that it's contained specifically to a certain party. I think that if you look at the government specifically, right? And I think this is for every sector that we currently have that's public in South Africa. If you take the money that was lost or stolen, all the billions that's gone, and you just push it straight into the country, one, all hospitals or private hospitals could have been public because all the money that's being pushed into there could make it state-of-the-art places. I mean, the schools as well. I mean, if you look at the schools in poorer areas that clearly need attention, they clearly need better infrastructure. If you look at the hospitals also in poorer areas that needs better infrastructure and better resources. If you take all that money that was lost or stolen, whatever happened to it, and you push it into different public sectors in this country, I don't think anyone would be having a certain conversation about, this is supposed to happen or this part. I think also, yes, they are in power and the management of money is insane. They need to learn budgeting from you. I mean, if you look at where the money could have gone, I think the conversation would have been totally different. I think if he didn't sign the NHI, well, nobody would have worried because we know exactly where the money is going to go to.
So, guys, those opinions were actually brought to you by our hosts. They are accountable for their opinions. They are not part of. That one is fired. Now, really, I know, Shem. Our producer is on it. So, those opinions are covered by our host, and they are not affiliated with the Real Talk Nabo Roomza. So, we are just expressing how the country should be and how the country should move because we see the brighter side of the future.
And I feel like this SRC, this corruption, they got it from those leading parties.
Roomza, can I just ask, who do you think pissed off the higher power, God, or if I should say, in South Africa?
Pissed off, like in which way?
Like made him so angry to a point of the crazy things that are happening in this country.
No, like this country, South Africa, ne? It's the only country in the world. I feel like South Africa, it's in its own world, man.
Yeah,
South Africa, there's no country like South Africa, guys. Like yo, this country is a country.
and
I
I
think
feel like South
somebody made
Africa, man,
somebody
it's a
mad.
continent in a continent.
No, it's a world.
It has to be.
South
it's a
Africa
world
is
in a world.
continents.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
One thing I would say is that if this country wasn't as beautiful as it is, all of us would have been depressed.
South Africa is everything.
Because the thing is,
We are depressed right now, man.
Our country is not in the best state now. But if you go outside, you look at the tree, you find again. You step outside, yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, you look at the trees, wow. You look at the mountains, wow.
But one of the worst things that we're actually experiencing, like recently there was a break-in Hanover, guys. Crime.
Just look at that.
Crime.
Just look at
Number one, crime. Because of what? Unemployment.
Yeah, and unemployment. But man, that couldn't be the reason to break in a student. in a
No, but
student
like
room.
my question is with the security that this institution supplies, how did that person get through?
Yeah.
That's my question.
They used
Because
And my question-
allegedly the security was there and they did nothing.
They just stood. No, I think they had a gun.
And I want to know
What
what is
gun?
That's the only reason a person can
You
stand,
do know
guys.
that there are like 4 securities that work a
Do they
shift.
have guns? The securities.
they don't have to
But
have
I
guns,
really don't
man.
think
Like,
this person had a gun, right?
So it was
because
1%.
because if you look at the story that got across, right? This person, the student went out to the kitchen, ne? And then this person came in, took whatever they took and closed the room. So when you close the room, obviously you're gonna lock yourself out if you still had your padlock. And the student was locked out. They had to like find a master key or that thing that breaks for the student to get back in. When they got in, nothing was there.
Nothing.
And it was
how did
only that
person
one
get in there?
student got stolen from.
No, I think
so it was one person.
there was,
it was
there was an
personal.
artwork somewhere behind that.
That
it was
seems very
personal.
Hence I'm
It was
saying.
personal.
There was an artwork behind that. There's a sketch that's going on. I'm sure that something is going on. They should actually
Something is
investigate.
there.
Where were the
It can happen.
securities? Where were the securities?
Maybe it was an inside job.
Inside.
Something, yeah. Like
Probably it could be an inside
So,
job.
as
4
a,
securities, 1 room, everything just in that room solo.
Imagine.
I don't think it's an external source, though. I really feel like it's an inside job more.
so Pasma as the leading party.
Hey,
of the,
we
no,
Yegi
no,
Pasma. Yegi
I'm not
Pasma.
in their
No, this
case.
guy.
I just want to know. I mean, they're the student representative, right? What are they saying? What are they saying about this incident?
They haven't said anything. I don't think it should be affiliated with them, should it?
I really do not know.
Because I feel like the people that should answer, it's the security for
it's the
Yeah.
security
that
because the
residence.
person that
And the
stole,
Pasma should also, pressure the securities to.
That was our very own Roomza was famous now. He's very opinionated, guys.
Man. Like, seriously. I mean, as a student, if your things get clout, the person you should go to, isn't it the leading parties?
The representative.
Yeah, the representative.
Mother, okay, I
politics
don't know.
aside, guys, theft is not a good thing, and even our producer is a victim. Okay, so it's not.
producer?
Yes, they stole her meat in the fridge. It's not good.
Producer.
It's really not good.
Aye.
Oh,
It's
producer.
not.
We are too now. Producer. People are stealing meat. Now, guys, stop
Bangene
stealing.
rooming, but you know.
She stole
The whole
everything.
peg.
So was it well done or
Nah,
was it raw?
it was in the fridge, man.
It was in the
It was in the
fridge.
fridge.
They stole from her.
Ah,
They
Mara,
got
the
him
whole
crazy.
peg.
hungry, shame.
The whole peg, Baba.
And
The
while
whole
we're still
peg.
talking about
Mara, that
fridges,
person was
guys,
hungry, shame.
Fit.
Think for them.
But no, like we spoke about this roommate thing, man.
Guys,
I'm not personally saying it's their roommate. Nah. But I'm saying it's someone from rest, man.
And
Yeah.
It's
Roomza,
not someone from outside.
Roomza also is a culprit, Pele. He steals. So he can relate. I'm telling you.
We've gone over this,
Anyway.
guys. Come on, man.
while
Guys,
we're
this
still on
is- this is
fridges,
not about
guys,
me.
I don't know if you saw. I'm saying while we're still talking about the fridge thing, I don't know if you saw what happened at ShopRite in Johannesburg. A teenager was left in the cold room for. It says the kid died overnight, meaning these people they locked for stealing a chocolate bar.
A chocolate bar.
They locked her or him. It's a him. They locked him in the room, and they worked and knocked off and went home. And
Mara-
that kid was still in the cold room.
When they two, Gante, I thought there were two of them.
It says it was one kid
No.
from
Wait.
the
They killed a person just for a chocolate.
yes.
Dog,
Shit.
like that's crazy.
I
It's
feel like
rough.
there were other if they were trying to intimidate the kid for stealing, I feel like there were other measures they could have taken.
Sure.
Like
Exactly.
calling the parent is enough intimidation.
Exactly. Not
Calling
locking
the
up
police
in a cold.
is
Exactly.
enough intimidation if
That-
they wanted to. And even if like they could have just called the police and said, we're trying to scare the kid out of stealing,
But
right?
to actually lock that kid in the fridge.
My
Pele,
thing
no.
is they knocked off and went home. The
Imagine,
manager, that's
imagine.
worse. It was done by the manager.
Guys,
Not even the
The
security.
manager is an animal.
He is.
He's
He
an,
has
he's
to
an
be.
animal, bro.
When I worked at the restaurant, that I worked at, they also had like a bar. They also served beer. So then I had to go into the cold room to obviously now fetch kegs, and then obviously like other drinks. But my biggest fear was getting locked in the cold room, because if you're in there for even 10 minutes, it's freezing.
You can't go in the cold room without wearing like a proper very heavy jacket.
So what was
When
the
you're
kid
just going
doing
in
there?
5 minutes. So now imagine this kid was probably wearing just a school jersey. You know how light those
Yeah.
things are.
So they threw the kid in the cold room.
Yeah.
That's
For
what they
stealing a
did.
chocolate
So
bar.
they knew that the kid was there.
They knew. Their manager took the kid and said probably, yeah, ngiyakupanisha wena siye la ngena ngapha,"
Damn.
and left the child in there.
And you
Nah,
can't open
that was not a punishment. That was not a
You
punishment.
can't open the
It
door.
came from a
the
very
person is
cool
rude.
place in his heart, honestly.
person is
Fashion.
rude.
Ah,
Yes,
that
man.
person is
Like-
cold. Like he's cold.
And the thing is with the cold room is once the door closes and you're inside, you can't get out. Someone
No,
has to
man.
open it from the
Imagine.
outside. And that's
And-
probably the scariest feeling, is that you can feel everything is
Yeah,
starting to
you
shut down.
start to shut down.
Yeah. And then
And
finally
obviously, when you're reading the article, it obviously says allegedly, right? But to prove the extent of the truth to this whole thing, Shoprite says they are willing to cooperate with the SAPS. That's how severe this case is. A family lost their child
Over a
because of a
chocolate bar.
chocolate bar.
Condolences to the family.
Condolence
man.
to
Yeah,
the family. But
condolences.
Shoprite has to give those people
This is
10%.
really unacceptable.
I think the
10%
family
of their
has to
shares.
sue, honestly.
No,
No,
Yeah,
have
they
to
have
really
to have
sue.
10%.
I mean, the thing is, like, a chocolate bar is what, 15, 16 rand.
No,
And
they
you're telling
really have
me
to
someone's
They could have
life
just
is
called their
worth-
parent. They should have called the parent to come and pay for the chocolate.
Yeah, or
And
that.
then, yeah.
Or you catch him, you take it back, and then you let the security escort him out. Or like you said, like, you just intimidate him, like the police. Is there as well.
Exactly.
And I also heard something, guys, before we actually wrap it up. DJ Zinhle is actually speaking, wow, something else about the youth of this country.
What did she say?
She's saying we are really uneducated. We don't have any skills. We are unemployable. That's the word she used. We are unemployable.
Unemployable.
But I also don't blame her, man. Basically, what we get taught, it's actually not applicable to what we do in the outside world most times, especially with some of the work and some of the courses we choose. And I don't feel like a lot of the youth is really invested in actually improving their skills and improving themselves, man, to actually be better people with more value out there. I feel
don't
like
think
let's
that's
equip.
true.
I think
I don't think it's true.
I think like back then, with the people that's older than us, they weren't happy with what they were doing. They just didn't have the power to speak up or do anything about it. And we do. We know that if something is wrong, we're gonna change it.
Sure.
The youth is changing this country, whether they like it or not. If we're not happy with something, we're gonna show you we're not happy with it. And
And,
I think that's the difference.
I feel like they are scared that
Yeah.
we're
We're
gonna
not
change.
We're not gonna allow anyone else to put us in a box and tell us what we
No,
should
but
do,
I
you
feel like
understand?
DJ Zinhle should have just said she's uncomfortable with the way the youth today does things, not
Yeah,
say they
that's
are
all she
unskilled
should
or
have said.
whatnot.
Yeah.
People are going out there. I know I have a friend. She's a corporate person. She's working 9 to 5 and all of that, and she has a side hustle where she knits hats for people. Isn't that a skill? She
It's a
chose to
skill.
use it
Yeah.
and put it to work.
Sure.
We have people that go out of their way instead of being comfortable at the fact that I'm currently doing a degree. People are saying, you know what, let me find a supplier and start selling something. Let me do some. People they're
people
not
doubt
comfortable in
things,
their
man.
9 to 5.
But
You
my
understand?
question is, you see that there's no experience in these people. You also started somewhere. You started at the bottom. Why don't
Thank
you actually
you.
equip them with skills?
I feel like
Thank
DJ.
Why don't you train them yourself? You saw the
Exactly.
problem, identified it, now solve it. Because no one else is going to come. You also started somewhere, and that's where you are now. I feel like personally, she should stop talking about this like this in this way.
She's intimidated.
Also, she
There's a
shouldn't.
lot-
I really don't want to say this, but like she's just DJing and her brand is not really that big.
She's intimidated.
But I'm
That's
not
what I wanted
coming
to say.
for
She's
her.
intimidated. She sees that the youth is coming up with something.
Exactly.
You know, there's a lot of upcoming DJs
I
and
feel
stuff,
like-
and now she sees that they might bring hits, and then she's gonna be on the.
But she
ground.
was speaking about Ira, the earring and the necklace brand.
They're pointing out problems, but they're not offering solutions.
But
must
did
come
she
up with
think
some
about that? Did
solution.
she think about that brand before that person thought of it?
The youth is coming, and the youth is changing,
Yeah,
and
the
you are
youth is
shaking,
coming.
and you are shaking.
Stop shaking, my guy. Stop
Yeah,
shaking.
shaking.
Guys,
Okay, that will
thank
be it
you
from us
so
today.
much. Okay, Roomza, close it. Now Roomza is
nah,
famous.
nah,
I'm telling
come
you.
on.
Close it, Roomza.
Nah, let's give it to African Drake.
Thank you, Roomza and Roomza, for
Roomza
having
Light.
me again. Definitely
Introduce yourself fella, as Roomza Light.
Roomza Light, the one and only African Drake,
I like
also
it
known
that
as
way.
Dominic.
Guys,
Dominic.
thank you so much. We'll catch you again on same time, same place on YouTube, guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also comment, share the link to the people, to the
also,
friends, to the
don't forget-
family, to the relatives, and also the enemies. Make sure that they all hear this wonderful news and we grow together, guys.
And enemies.
Don't forget to have a cup of coffee, like the real talk.
Nabo
Nabo Roomza. Uzocabanga kahle. Till next week. Yeah, make sure and you vote.